Sports. I've never really been a sports kind of guy. I mean, I played baseball and I played soccer when I was younger, but that's like that's it, right? But there's just one thing. One thing. There's one sport that I have my mind set on right now. It's one of two sports, the other of which is baseball, that I feel naturally like okay, like this is nice. Like I could play this for a couple hours on end, right? And that's tennis, right? So I am going to be joining tennis at some point, probably within the next 2 years, just because it's one of two sports that I felt naturally good at. And every time I play baseball, I end up having my teeth like knocked back a couple inches at this point, right? So it's like I feel like tennis is a little more safe. I mean, last time I played, I got hit in the arm with a tennis ball from my own teammate. Um, but the thing is, my teammate is a really good baseball player, and so that you can see how that ended up. People kept asking me if I was okay, and I don't understand why, because it hurt for like a second and then it was fine. I don't get why people get so concerned. Honestly, like getting hurt, that's a temporary thing in my opinion. Uh, so I'm thinking of a series, right? And it's doing videos like this one where I just talk about random aspects of life. And this one is sports. I don't know if I'm gonna continue. I'd rather not like announce things because I don't know if they're gonna actually happen. But I feel like I could do that and it would be a lot of fun. I'll probably film multiple of these a day, just because, parkour spiral is not really something you want to do in less than a sitting, honestly. Usually it only takes me about like an hour and a half to do, on a bad day. And then, on good days, it'll take me way less time, like 40 minutes probably. But my goal is to get an A tier time. An A tier time is oh wow, would you look at that? It's back now. Um, an A tier time is I think beating it in 30 minutes or less, which is very hard to do. At least for someone like me who doesn't do a lot of parkour, but I've been practicing, right? These maps are a really good way to practice. I'll put the map download in the description if I remember. Wiley in post. Here's your reminder to add the map in the description. You're gonna watch this video before it's out anyway, right? Right. For me, sports is just a thing of like not not working yourself too hard, because if you do that, then you'll fail eventually, right? You're not gonna do too well if you work yourself so hard that you end up collapsing. It's like that story we were all told in like elementary school of the guy who like worked on the the guy who worked on the railroads, and like he was born with a hammer in his hand, and he was like, oh, this hammer is gonna be the death of me. And then it was, even though that tiny hammer could never do that much work on a railroad track. Why did they even use a hammer as the analogy there? Do they even use hammers like that? Like, it's kind of weird. But I mean, it was a good story, I guess. I don't remember it too much. I learned it in music class. Um, yeah, sports for me are just a thing where if you work yourself too hard, then you're not going to succeed. But if you work yourself the right amount, if you get the right amount of sleep and everything, then you're going to excel. You're going to be better than like anyone that you're working with. If you get the right amount of sleep, the right amount of workout time, that you do the right conditioning, everything like that. But I feel like there becomes a point in everyone's life where they're like, "Oh, I just want to be lazy." And I've had that period for about 3 years now. of course, I'm not out of shape too much, right? I've still like done things to not completely just die, right? So I'm good on that aspect of it, but I don't know. I feel like it's good to have something to do outside of school and outside of making YouTube videos. So when I end up joining the tennis team, that means I'm going to spend less time on YouTube videos, but that means I'm going to spend more time on myself. I'll have less time to make YouTube videos, especially within the next couple of years. Like not just tennis, but of course like other things. But that's okay because I'm planning on every summer, when I'm not doing something for like that week, I plan on recording a bunch of videos every week, and then they'll just be stockpiled, and I'll be able to upload them if I can't get a video out that week. That's my plan. It's of course probably gonna change at least a little bit, but for now that's the plan. Sports have always just been kind of a gray area for me and my family because my parents have always been supportive of us playing video games, hence why I'm playing Minecraft and making YouTube videos right now. My parents even say, like, if it weren't for Minecraft, me and my brother wouldn't be able to read as well as we do, which is kind of funny. Like, I find that kind of funny. How much do I agree with it? A little bit. I feel like if it weren't for video games and if it weren't for, like, reading, like, certain, like, books that, like, we would read, we wouldn't know we wouldn't have the vocabulary that we do now. Me and my brother have grown up a little faster than a lot of people just because of our experiences, right? We our parents got divorced when we were super young, so that was kind of goofy. But that caused us to grow up a little faster, and I'm glad for that, right? I want to be ahead of, like myself, and I feel like everything like that helped, like having those experiences when I was younger of being able to see what the real world is like a little bit, and so that's all like good, right? And I feel like sports are just another way of expressing that. That's probably gonna do it for this video, honestly. I'll definitely record a few more at some point. But I'm pretty set on this being a multiple part series. I know I've said that before about the hardcore commentary, and I have episode 2. I have episode 2 like half recorded. I just gotta, build a house and like get the materials to build the house. And then it'll be good. Then I can, edit it all, and I can, upload it and finally make that promise. But yeah, but that'll be it. Thank you guys, gals, non-binary pals. If I haven't said that already, I say that in every video now. But yeah, thank you. I'm glad you watched this because I can get more views, baby. And yeah, so I've been mayonnaise on an escalator. I'm going upstairs, so see you later.